Tisha B'Av, the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, is now past, and we anticipate the days of awe. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, the 10 days of penitence, when we must stand before our Maker and give full account and reckoning of our conduct in the past year and take the consequences. That's why at this time of the year, I like to discuss with you Teshuvah themes, penitential themes, put ourselves in the right frame of mind for our encounter with the Lord of creation. And I'm going to begin with perhaps most obvious, the subject of Teshuvah itself, and ask the question, where does Teshuvah begin? And you might say, it's obvious, saying sorry. No. In our day and age, sorry is sort of a mantra, a flippant word. You push into somebody accidentally, sorry. You get to the printer machine before them, sorry. Doesn't mean anything. No, the Teshuvah process begins with our taking responsibility for our lives, our assuming responsibility for our actions. Because we human beings are masters of the art of self-defense. We'll set up a whole battery of excuses why we do what we do. I was in a bad frame of mind. I was under pressure. And of course, there's always the ultimate excuse. I can't help being the way I am. This is how God made me. What do you want from me? And Rambam says, stuff and nonsense. Nothing in heaven or earth predisposes a person for being either good or bad. We make our own choices and we take the consequences. So step out from behind your battery of defenses and look at yourself straight on and admit. Now, even this is not quite good enough, because a person can acknowledge he's done wrong, but by the coffee break he shrugged it off. Therefore, Rambam says, let your acknowledgement be accompanied by a deep sense of shame at what you've done, of remorse, of regret that you should have let yourself down so badly. And finally, resolve that you will never do it again. And once you've been through this potentially painful process, then you make your confession to God. You tell him what you have done. You tell him of your resolve. And you must do it verbally. No silent thinking and leave it for him to read your mind. No. You have to verbalize it. Let your own ears hear your own voice admitting the things you have done, to heighten your sense of shame and to intensify your sense of regret. Even so, you might still be subjected to a test. To test whether your Teshuvah is substantial or not. What kind of test? Well, Rambam gives us a particularly good example, and I'll update it to the 21st century. Picture an individual that's going to an annual conference in a hotel. And there he meets a young lady, and they interact. They're attracted to one another, and therefore they spend the night together. In the morning he wakes up, and he is overcome by a sense of shame. How I've let myself down, how I've betrayed my wife and family. He is filled with a sense of remorse and regret, and he resolves, I'm never going to do this again. And he does his teshuvah, confesses to God, and tells God of his thoughts. But next year, annual conference again. And once more, he goes to the same hotel, and he meets the same young lady. And they're attracted. She is ready and willing, and he is more than able. But the man stops. He says, I'm not doing it. Because I recall this time last year, I stood before God and I made a commitment. I'm not doing this anymore. And so he walks into his hotel room and locks the door. That man has passed his test. He has proven that his teshuvah is substantial, meaningful. But at this point you might be thinking, okay, that's all right for a young person. What about us elderly folk? We no longer have the strength, no longer have the capacity to do what we once did. We're neither ready, willing, nor able. In fact, not only can we not take the test, let alone pass it. So we are already second-class citizens. No, says Rambam. If you resolve before God, confess your sins, appeal to him, even in the closing moments of your life, if you look to heaven and say, I realize what I have done, and I am thoroughly ashamed, please forgive me, you're about to shuvah, and your penitence is accepted to your Maker in heaven. Still, you might say, I've got a blot on my copybook. I'm a sinner, a redeemed sinner, but it's still there. No, says Rambam. If you do genuine teshuvah, you make your confessions and you mean what you say, then God wipes your slate clean. You're issued with a new license and there are no points on it. But still, you might say, I'm a second-class citizen in the Republic of Penitence. Because how can I, a one-time sinner, share the same space as people who have never sinned? How can I stand alongside a tzaddik? And says Rambam, you don't have to, because you are in a place of your own. How come? You see, a tzaddik is somebody who's never sinned, he's never tasted the fruits, he doesn't know how desirable they are, he doesn't have to struggle. But a man who has tasted those fruits, who knows how desirable they are, he may have to struggle to resist temptation. And therefore Rambam says, where you will stand in heaven, not even a totally righteous man can share your space. Now that's why we're going to be talking about offences between man and God. Next time we shall have to discuss offences between man and man. In the meantime, let us take a little confidence in ourselves and a great deal of confidence in our God. Confidence in ourselves that we have what it takes. If we choose, we can rectify at least some aspects of our lives. And confidence in our God that he is there, willing, ready to receive us and grant us salvation.